Sandwich. Cookies.
Oops. Hey guys, welcome in. Hey Lord Petty, you joining through invitation? Okay. Oh, yeah, I'll put it on this side. All right. Greetings, my people. Welcome in. Hey, Truth Seeker. I saw you in somebody's comments last night on a live. Welcome in, Salah. We good, we good, we good. Gratitude for dropping a daily heart me and tapping it out. When you guys come in the room, welcome in. We are about to get started with our Newbie Tuesday law study session. Greetings.
I don't understand.
Okay, is it using this camera? It doesn't seem to be as wide as it was before.
Oh, okay, not you. Like you were lip syncing at first.
Okay.
So it's interesting.
Peace, bro. Peace, bro.
What's good, Frosty Dosty? What's good with you, man?
Man, everything good. Everything good. Always. How you doing?
Man, chilling, man.
Sunday.
You ain't mad at me, are you, bro?
Who, me?
Yeah.
For what?
Okay, good. That's one check.
No. Not at all.
It's all good because Malika has plenty of times made sure her and Lotus made sure I'm doing things right in these internet streets. And I just wanted to make sure
Where's that?
My love yesterday was taking his love. And
Greetings.
Absolutely, brother.
Greetings.
Oh, God.
And I will ensure that in that Florida remedy, like that Carmen gets those things.
Just leave them.
Okay.
What'd you say, bro?
No, not you, man. Sorry, man.
Hey,
Thought he was talking about leaning cities just now.
No, it wasn't lean. It was lean.
I'm posting a video today about silent lay assistance. I know I didn't drop the advertisement for it yet, but I will be done storing class. I got a few irons in the fire.
Okay.
You know, getting this.
How are we doing? How are we doing?
Shimmy. It's just us. Where's everybody at, man?
It's too early, man. It's too early.
It's early?
The furnace is broken again.
What's broken again?
The furnace.
Oh.
No.
No.
Is it electric? It's electric, right?
No, it's a propane burning furnace.
Did you say propane?
Yeah,
Oh, that sucks.
yeah. We just gotta fix maybe 3 weeks ago at this point. So it was broken for 3 weeks. They came and fixed it 3 weeks ago, and now it's broken again as of the middle of yesterday, just out of nowhere. It was working totally fine all day, and then as soon as it starts to get really cold, because apparently we were expecting snow last night and snow today.
Wow.
Yeah, out of nowhere. After I'm taking pictures of my mint thriving through the winter, like, oh.
It's gonna be alright. It's only for
Y'all
a
got
few
the
minutes.
nomenclature on that? Like you or Adam? Got the nomenclature on it, Sonny?
Nomenclature on what?
Well, I'm sorry. Not the nomenclature. I'm sorry. The guide, like the user guide.
Oh, no, I have no idea the brand or
Oh, okay.
model or anything of the furnace that they just put in, because the guy just came and fixed it, and it was working awesome, and it was so propane efficient. We haven't had to go get propane in the whole time, because we went and refilled it, and we only used to cook, and we haven't need to refill it since they fixed it. So it's like, oh my god, this furnace is so awesome. We don't have to get propane ever. And then it just stops working last night, and it's so cold.
Oh.
Babes, do you know what the problem was that was repaired?
Something burnt out.
Igniter?
I
Or
I
don't
have to ask
remember.
Gabe
okay.
or go check the
Yeah.
receipt or something.
Yeah. Was it expensive?
Oh, they didn't charge us.
It's probably the igniter that burnt out because it's like a $12 part. So let
Well,
me.
I don't think that they just replaced the
Hey,
part.
y'all
I
gonna
think
have
they
to
replaced
text
the
that
entire
out.
thing.
Y'all gonna have to text that
Okay,
out. Or
okay.
call.
He talking about. I think you're talking about Adam about the HSI, right?
Y'all gonna have. You can join the conversation when they
Oh,
text
okay.
her.
Okay.
Talk
Yeah,
about
I'll
it.
just three-way my
Your HVAC team.
yeah, my HVAC team, and we'll resolve it later.
All right, guys.
You are the only host, though.
Okay, that's one of the first things we have to do. So let me make everybody co-host. Hope all is well, guys. Welcome in, Linnea. Linnea, when you gonna start doing consultations, girl? Can't get your sound to work, okay? We'll take that excuse that you, we'll take that excuse. But I think that we definitely need to incorporate your behind the scenes document review a little more. So you should email me and let me know what you charge for that. Welcome into my folks on TikTok. We are getting, this is the Zoom if you guys wanted to join us on Zoom. I got the number right here. And also, we are promoting our mortgage rescission workshop that we're having on Saturday, the 14th of March. And we're offering a 20% off coupon code that my affiliates will be posting about it intermittently on this call. You guys can too here on Zoom. All right. Let's go ahead and let our friends-in-law in. I hope everybody that's not here is having a great time outside.
Recording in progress.
Greetings. Salutations. Hola. Gesundheit and all that good stuff.
Everyone, greetings.
Peace.
Yes, greetings. Hey guys, welcome in. Yes. There is one of the links to the class right here to enroll. Just hold down on it, and when you let it go, tell your phone yes, you want to go to the browser. And use the code 20OFF for 20% off our class while we're on live. For those who've not yet enrolled. And for our affiliates here on Zoom, you guys can post your link in the chat as well for people who might be joining us here on Zoom that have not yet enrolled in the class. So I'm really excited about this class, guys. And I hope everybody that's already enrolled is also excited. Because I hope as we realize that we are considered the servants of a baby eating class of persons that own and are run by banksters. Anybody know what I'm talking about? While people are struggling, working jobs that they don't typically like, doing work that might actually be harmful to themselves and to others, and yet our attention is conscripted in how to pay these things called bills. Bills that people cannot even prove are owed. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Am I missing the chat?
Figure it out.
So, gratitude for dropping your daily heart meme. Just Quell says, happy to be back after my vacation. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Welcome back. Nobody knows what I'm talking about. I don't see much interaction in the comments.
Come on, y'all, participate. Come on now. We love participation from the class. Hands up. Bright-eyed. What's your tail? No, okay, that's rabbits, but come on now.
Watch my TV.
Yeah, you prefer to watch your TV? Is that what you
No,
said?
I said he watched too much TV.
Y'all hilarious.
Maybe people on TikTok know what I'm talking about. Welcome in, guys. Gratitude for tapping it out. If you want to join us on Zoom, this is the number right here. We're on every Tuesday at the same time.
Oh, I just put it in there. It won't let me pin it, so that must mean it didn't let me put it in
I see
there.
it pinned.
You
I
do?
saw- Yeah, it was pinned. It's as if it's only up for like 2 seconds though. Like, or
That's
15
crazy
seconds
work.
or something like that.
Okay.
You don't know how to prove it? Just says she knows she doesn't know how to prove it. What is it that you don't know how to prove? Is it you that has to prove it?
And we don't owe a debt.
Hey, Clays. Welcome in. Yes, you guys can use. I see the Zoom link that I don't owe the bill. Maybe we need to look at it from a different perspective. Hey, great day, Gail. Welcome in. So today is the alleged 10th day of the month of March, the fake year of 2026. And we're gathered here as we have been since 2018, September 2018, guys. For our Newbie Tuesdays. Working for benefits just to pay the bills, right? Happy New Year to everyone here. We can all see the signs that the year is now renewing, yes?
Right.
We can see.
Absolutely. All over the earth. And it's beautiful.
We are definitely out of sync, right? With what the sky tells us, what the earth tells us, what the water tells us, right? We're definitely out of sync because we're taking our cues from baby eaters. Anybody know what I'm talking about?
Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
I
Even
started
our bodies go with the season. So there are
Mhm.
certain things that you should and shouldn't be doing with your body in certain seasons. And if they throw you off of that, you're completely messed up.
Yeah. Absolutely. And so those of us that are here, let me ask you, does anybody feel currently that they're meant to do great things with their life? Put a 1 in the chat if you feel like you're meant to do great things with your life. I want to hear about some of those great things that you feel in your heart, in your soul, that is a great thing that you're meant to do.
Birth and postpartum doula.
That's beautiful. Gratitude for sharing.
Helping
Building.
people, my what I'm saying here to do, I think, is to help people take control of their health holistically and not depend on anybody else outside of themselves to maintain their own homeostasis.
Wow. That's big.
I like that. I definitely, for my birth and postpartum, I'm working towards more of postpartum and perinatal mental health and women's reproductive health and wellness. Because I know that a lot of women struggle with their mental health after they have a baby.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. I appreciate that.
Yes, keep doing what you're doing. So many women need it. I was one of those women, and somebody like you gave me free advice and was like, you know, you shouldn't go to that hospital. You should. And she just told me about herself. And that sent me on a whole different trajectory. So people need that word.
Gratitude. That's very supportive. Josette says, building up to help the homeless.
daughter was born 4 years ago, the things I learned, the things that we went through and experienced with the birth, how they, basically kind of feared us into a C-section, which that's a whole nother story. But after that, I could almost, if I was able to make a living going door to door telling people about the truth about the shots, about vaccines, and natural birth, I would literally do that. That's how passionate I am about it.
That is very important work. Absolutely.
I see just so it's like getting out of control, especially with the births. They're doing a lot of damage when they cut them out.
Yeah, they unfortunately scared my cousin into getting a C-section. I mean, I was down there with her for it, but they did scare her into getting one. So I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, it is so heartbreaking, really, because yeah, it just. I don't want to get all into it, but yeah, it's definitely something that I became very passionate about, and I wasn't expecting that. Being a man, just wasn't expecting that would be something that I would be so interested in.
Hey Jake, I got a name for that. You could, since you're gonna go door to door, making people aware, call yourself a gross sober witness. That's gold. Y'all know that's gold. Come on, man. That is gold.
Say it again. A what?
Grow sober witness, right?
Grow sober? What does that mean?
Instead of Jehovah Witness, it's grow sober witness. You see, knocking on the doors. Excuse me, can we interest you in watch yourself today? Watch your health today. Pamphlet, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Okay, not knocking anything. Okay, remember my father's mother is Jehovah's Witness, so I ain't trying to be mean. All right, but that would be dope. Grow sober witness without being inoculated and intoxicated by vaccinations or whatever. But anyway,
You better having a case of noni juice.
What you know about noni juice, King Howard?
After we left that place, I felt like we were robbed. I felt my wife was robbed, honestly, and that's what really I think fueled it the most. Is that and I had prepared. I learned all this stuff ahead of time. It was like I thought I was ready, and ultimately, at the end of the day, it was left to me to decide because my wife was just scared and she didn't know really. She just wants to do whatever they say, and I was asking him all these questions about the why do we need to do it right now? What's the big rush? And she couldn't really give me any good reasons.
They can never give you a good reason, or they'll tell you something about the baby, like the baby's under stress. We're looking at their heart rate and it seems to be going in this direction.
Yeah, and I'm like, but wait a minute. I thought before you guys couldn't do a heart rate, an accurate heart rate. When they did the sonogram, they could only do it for a few seconds because it's it can hurt if they leave it on there too long. So it's they basically do this average thing where they just basically get a reading of it.
Yeah, so if you take a little longer than others, we're gonna escalate to force the baby out. Right. Anyway, I don't want to get too much into one particular thing, but I appreciate your story, Jake.
Definitely don't want to get me started because I'll talk forever about it.
I love the passion. So I love to hear what others believe is the big thing that their life is here to do. Appreciate everybody that put that one in the chat. Trading Brigade says, declaring that the Spirit of the Sovereign Lord is upon him, God has anointed him to bring good news to the afflicted, heal the brokenhearted, and proclaim freedom for captives.
That's Isaiah 61 verse 1, something I live by dearly.
I don't know if I could do all of that, but but definitely proclaim freedom to captives. Okay.
Is that? But that's what you're doing now.
I was
Wouldn't we
just
all
about to say
agree?
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Wouldn't we all agree?
Word.
Yup.
I
Absolutely.
appreciate that. I
Yes.
appreciate that.
Captive from a mental perspective. It doesn't mean to be physically locked behind
Absolutely. I can definitely agree with that.
bars. Okay, so yeah,
I can definitely appreciate that.
Trying to free the slaves.
That's been my lifelong journey. You know.
I think that statement attributed to Harriet Tubman is the biggest barrier to reaching more people. When people say things like, you know, my bills to pay, and we don't think about it from the perspective of, if everybody is in debt, is everybody indebted to?
Correct.
If everybody is in debt, who does everybody owe?
The Matrix. Each other. Like it's a big circle jerk. Like, oh, it's a game, and we all owe each other, so we gotta just keep going.
I think that movie was entitled Human Centipede.
Go to work
or just centipede.
every 30 days and go back and do it again.
Teach the young adults true freedom to be strong in the Creator. To be the change in my family dynamics.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, change your family dynamics.
Yep.
Most people will tell us the way to do that is to just make more money. Yes?
I used to think that's what it would take.
Just make more money. Yes?
Because I had family all around the world, and I felt like I had to be the one to make millions and bring everybody together wherever they was, and pay for their days off and get them to the family reunion, whether I had to fly them in or bus or whatever, and just get everybody there so all my family could know each other and not be meeting their cousins out here on the internet and having intercourse with their cousins and never knew that they was their cousins. You know.
Wow.
Like
That one left.
Okay. They terrorize one's most vulnerable state. The most vulnerable state that we could be in is insecure in our housing. Being insecure in our housing. And then, of course, being insecure with our food. Our basic needs.
Weird. Not to mention weird, sick stuff like usury and compound interest.
Yes, absolutely. And any amount of interest is usury.
Absolutely.
Any amount. It don't matter how small. It is usury.
Yep. 17 scripture says don't do it.
And here we are, participating. And then the fear strikes us, right? But Malika, if we don't participate, what else shall we do? And of course, my suggestion is always, let's figure that out together. Because we can figure it out. And
Absolutely.
nobody that's profiting from the way that it is now is going to assist us. Everybody in Congress benefits from the way that it is now. Does everybody realize that?
Absolutely.
Every single one of them. Does everybody realize it? It's the House, it's the Senate, it's the President. Everybody realizes this, yes?
Yep.
I know it's Newbie Tuesdays, but we got to find common ground on regular shit that we can agree on. That's horrible. Most people are trying to figure out how to get more money to participate in a system that requires mass oppression. How is that gonna work?
it's so hard living without it.
It's not about being hard. You don't know what it is to live without it. And not without it, like just because you personally lack it, but literally without the monetary system. Without the monetary system. Not just one person don't have no money. Because this is why y'all have heard the too big to fail, yes? Do you know why that's even a thing? It's not that they're too big necessarily. What is it really?
It'll break the circle jerk.
That's what the real problem is. So many people are so dependent upon it blindly. We can't even imagine life without it. Anybody know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Why can't we imagine life without it? What would happen if we start imagining life without it? Because that's what we're talking about. Because
I imagine it all the time, and it could be really nice, I think.
Some of the things that you guys told me that you wanted to have dedicated your life or wish to dedicate your life to, something awesome. It can't be something that you're doing for the money. Not saying that you can't get money, but you cannot be doing it for the money. Does anybody have a question about the difference?
Money is just to support you so you can so you can engage in that passion to keep you, so you can continue along instead of the other way around, right?
Yeah. You're doing what needs to be done. People will say, I don't have a job. But there's probably something that is important for you to do that you should probably be doing. And I'm sure it doesn't include running out of your house, running past your gate, jumping in a vehicle, going someplace far, sitting at a desk, hours and hours and hours. Imagine the children that have to do that in public school system. Unfortunately, that's how most of us got here, right?
Yep.
The system controlled by the baby eaters.
I would like to call it the Servile Art Institution.
Servile arts. Oh my God.
That's what it is. It's the Servile Art.
It is the servile arts. Imagine you have people that are trained in things that they don't use to benefit themselves and their family directly. They do it to benefit a corporation that then allegedly pays them. And now we're realizing from your own future promise to continue to work. That's what you're getting paid from. This is why we have to get rid of these alleged bills. All of them. All of them. That's going to these corporations. The people have to take back the land. They have to take back the housing. You have to. We have to. The alternative is serving the baby eaters. Anybody done with that? Or do y'all need some more stuff to happen? Who's done with that? Or do we need more stuff to happen?
Nah, been done.
What else needs to happen for us to stop contributing to this baby eating, molesting business? What else needs to happen? They got us trying to figure out how to get rich in their Babylon system. This is what they want us to obsess ourselves with.
No offense intended when I say this. However, we are those of us who have thought above this frequency, which we like to call the monkey see, monkey do frequency, right? So usually people have not seen what is possible outside of the human centipede, mouth to ass way of living.
Yeah.
That sounds as if you're talking about the folly of the cave.
Exactly. Absolutely.
It's they have not seen. That's what's interesting, because first, where do we have to see anything before it manifests with our
mind's eye?
Right. So we have to see it in the mind. We actually have to know it in our heart to even see it in the mind.
Word.
If you don't know it in your heart, you're not going to see it in your mind.
I see it. I just get my doubts sometimes.
Looking at it, so what most people see, right? You see this right here on my screen?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but who's holding the chain? That's the whole thing. Who's holding that chain?
It's usually a self-held chain.
No, it's not. We have real people preying on us. We have real people preying on us.
It was more like because Trey McGay had said earlier today, bro, was like, I think he had said it. I say it a different way, but you had said that most people don't realize they're like a donkey tied.
Oh, that's another image. Yeah.
What was it? A donkey tied to a rope.
By a rope to a plastic chair.
To a plastic chair, right? And I usually say there, people don't recognize they're an elephant tied to a rope, tied to a wooden stake in the grass.
Yes, it's the same. It's the same analogy for the same reason.
It is. Yes.
Right. But we don't think about it like that when it comes to these baby eating molesters that own the monetary system and own everyone through the monetary system that they control from the top down. How many of us are just realizing this? Newbie Tuesday.
Ain't nothing like a Newbie Tuesday, man.
While people are having us chasing QSIP numbers, while people are having us authenticate birth certificates, while people are arguing about trusts.
That's the one I was waiting for.
Okay?
Not too far.
Oh, that came out. I think that's what people thought it was about to happen.
While people are chasing becoming a secured party creditor, opening a bank certified by the banking associations.
Watch your mouth.
The very people who own those corporations and systems is eating babies.
My banker Josh accepted my medallion. We discussed it. I brought my bag of snacks. You guys are the hate right now. I had snacks and the medallion. I can show it.
Let me bust out my pecans. Shout out to Darlene.
Authenticated.
Y'all hilarious, yo.
I actually have it. It was so secret. I had an assigned banker for this school.
I love when you come on, Marcel. Especially on Newbie Tuesdays. Look. How are we feeling that when we pay these bills, it's going to these molesting baby eaters? How are we feeling about that? We know this. It's confirmed. How are we feeling about that?
Angry. Are you?
Yeah.
What you gonna do about it? Let me stop. I'm just kidding.
Oh, I know, Veronica. But to me, that is absolutely the worst part. I just say it so y'all know all who we talking about. These people create war and then send your sons How are we feeling about that? Are we feeling very patriotic? Are we feeling very home of the brave, land of the free?
Yankee Doodle Dandy.
Yeah, are we feeling Yankee Doodle Dandy? Let me see what y'all saying.
Let me go put a feather in my cap and call it macaroni.
I'm angry. Your baby left 2 weeks ago for that. Why? Why are we letting our children do that? Why are we allowing our children to do that? Why are we allowing them to be groomed in such a way?
Because it comes with benefits.
I was getting ready to let mine go there, actually, to get some discipline, because I couldn't do it here with so much conflict of interest with the parent, the other parent.
Wow.
And I just feel like she won't make it out here without some discipline. And it's kind of too late now because she's 17.
You sure? I think the belt to ass still work at 17. Let me stop. I'm kidding. Okay, I'm not promoting violence. I'm just saying that's how I was raised. That's all I'm saying.
You know, Malika, this is crazy because they were talking about America has the highest percentage of parentification on the planet. This is where children are stuck at age 8 to 15 for life. Because our families are so undeveloped and mutated. And, like we're supposed to have 4 to 8 hugs a day for our internal organs to develop correctly.
Oh my goodness.
Both parents are plugged into the system.
Facts.
The average American child hears the word no 400 times a day, 150,000 times before they turn 5. How are you supposed to believe in yourself to become, even challenge anything?
Can you imagine?
Huh?
No, go ahead. I said, could you imagine? Continue.
Yeah, like how are you supposed to question anything when you've already heard no by the one who said they love you 150,000 times before you turn 5? You ain't even gotten to kindergarten. And, you know, so it's just, our people are just so assimilated into this madness, and it's just cats. We don't even have folks who are patriotic. 96% of others join the military for the benefits. So you're not even really here based on civil. You didn't even join for your own freedom. You joined for more benefits.
It's funny because it's not like the benefits are different from your rights. So why you don't have to go to exercise your right, your dominion. You don't have to go. Benefits are lesser than. It's in lieu of your dominion. It's not superior to. Imagine we have been raised like dogs, ready to go bite somebody on command that has done us nothing.
I think DMX would beg to differ. Stop. I'm just kidding.
Turn around, I'm gonna bite you.
If it ever comes to martial law, that they turn around and aim at the real enemy and not follow commands.
I think that the 22 unaliving alleged per day is pointing the gun at the real culprit. I'm just going to say it. Okay? When you realize you're the bad guy. Anybody hear what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's time to realize that the baby eaters and molesters, okay, are only here to prey on our children and dangle these benefits in their face so they can go over there, and if they don't get unalive, because it's never protecting us. Did y'all hear the reasoning for striking Iran?
No. Oil.
Because they walk. Final answer.
Okay,
I'm gonna stop.
Some country that started with an I was going to do it. So we just did it first because we didn't want more people to unalive. What? That doesn't even make sense. That's not even a complete sentence that makes sense.
It's because our CIA plants that we put over there, they seem to be bucking and being seditious. So this is how we're going to check our own CIA plants that we put in turbans and say that they're Islamic leaders. No, I'm just serious a little bit.
Oh my goodness, guys. And we're over here trying to figure out how to pay their mortgage, how to pay their debt. They tell us it's our debt. They send debt collectors after us. And then the internet gurus want us to authenticate our driver license, take our deed off and sign some special thing and put some stamps and then put it back onto the county record. And that's what's supposed to stop the baby eating molesters. Anybody know what I'm talking about?
I was really hoping for it to work. I swear I was.
But maybe because you didn't know about the molesting baby eaters. Maybe it's because you didn't know about them. And that's who you was giving it all to. And that's who you dedicated your life to.
The 200 fallen angels that made babies.
They might be gone. But you know who's not gone? Us here. We're here. We're here stuck in the mess.
You know, it's interesting. I stopped getting mail from the servicer because every time he did it, I would send it to the federal courts.
That is awesome.
Still talking to me.
That is awesome.
It has been since July, and so I got the tort claim is still pending, and the Chapter 13. So I have a hearing on the 25th, but it's not from the lender, it's not from the servicer, it's from the trustee, because the attorneys and the lender keep going to the trustee saying we have no payment. So now the trustee is sending this to ask for a hearing to say, listen, it's been since July and we haven't gotten a dime.
You haven't proven that you deserve a dime.
Yeah, listen, so I'm cool. I'm like, are you still, when I walk in, it's like, no problem, Your Honor. I need them to prove, the court needs them to prove standing.
Recording stopped.
That's all.
Are they the one that can even have this discussion? You demand anything.
Hold on 1 second. The recording just stopped.
I don't know for who.
Yeah, I heard it too.
For everyone. If it announces that it stopped, then no one is recording.
Excellent. Okay, go ahead, Marcel.
They called like 3 things, and the judge is like, no, but I will allow this hearing of the trustee on that they would like these payments to reconsume. And I'm like, sure, but for who and why?
Right?
So I'm like, I'll be there. This should be interesting. But yeah, they're just so frustrated. And the judge is still saying, well, we're going to go off what the tort claim decision is going to be. But the tort claim decision, which they're frustrated with because of the tort claim, is they're like, well, the judge is like, he can't come to me based on, I have immunity. I'm like, well, only if you follow these protocols.
Yeah.
But first we need to establish that you follow these protocols from the beginning.
Yeah.
We would like to prove it on record that you follow these protocols. Because if you follow them, then we agree. You have immunity.
Yeah, he's trying to. They trying to. I just want them to come to court and say I signed those things at 12 a.m.
Yep. So
I signed those things in the middle of the night. I want you to come and say yes. I'll even take it in writing. How about that?
Shoot, I've been paying off dinners and getting caught up in my life. I'm like, I've been getting tree services cut down. I'm like, I've been meaning to get that tree cut down.
I know, that was the perfect time to do some landscaping.
Got the porch painted.
Yeah, repair the fencing. You know what I mean? Go and shake it a little bit. See if you're gonna keep some people out your privacy when you shake this fence.
They sending people by to see if anybody still live here, and one of the reports says it's clear that somebody live here because there's been updates to the place. And I'm like, that's what happens when they got to pay you. I didn't say that, but
I get it. It's between us. We know.
right. Like, I'll see you guys when you can prove it. And they're like, Your Honor, this is enough. And every time I see they post something on the federal, it alerts me. And then the judge says, it stayed. And they just like, this is unbelievable. And I'm like, I cannot believe the stuff I'm learning here. This is just life changing.
Can you get the groceries, please?
Marcel,
Oh, I'm
gratitude for
sorry.
being here. You are giving me life right now.
Look, when I saw you, as soon as I seen you pull up that first snack, I said, "Oh, we
Well, you said get the snack, so I'm like,
listen." I seen you. I say you. I was waiting for the song. I know it's serious when he's got something in his mouth while he's talking. Well, I can't, but no Diddy. But when
but
he's
Hassan
chilling,
is
and
observing Ramadan, so he got to wait till the sun
Yeah.
goes down.
okay,
Then he
all
can
right,
Yes,
snack,
indeed.
and then
fair
he'll eat
enough.
them all at once.
I'm spiritually snacking.
Yes, spirit power. I'm a good mortgage paying citizen. People are afraid. I don't know if the anger that people allege to feel right now is enough to override their fear of challenging the mortgage. What do you guys think?
Am I in a
Absolutely.
corner here on this one?
Nah, you're not in the corner.
Like I say,
Okay.
mine is I just don't want to be talking to them while I'm in the dark or without water.
I get you. I get you.
To
And
add,
again, it's not
go
a
ahead.
knock about the order that you challenge. It's about doing it.
I would like to add one thing's for sure and two things for certain. I know 11 years ago I've heard people talking about certain protections that you have and the benefits of those protections, but no one brought them forward until we had our money talks class, which definitely sparked something in me to look further. And in looking further, you need not to demonize if you can. There's really no need with the right mindset for consumer protection. There's no need to demonize anything about the social security number or anything else because one thing that seems like that's not going to go away because these attorneys are only interested in reducing their risk, not eliminating the risk when in being involved in things that result from data brokering. Is that the right term or data
I
brokeraging?
guess, yeah, data brokering,
Yeah,
brokeraging. Yeah, I guess
yeah,
brokering is pretty much it.
yeah. I think there's a lot of fear. You know what? I think if people knew these things and wasn't demonizing those protections, I don't think the term sovereign citizen would be as popular as it is now.
Well, we know that the sovereign citizen is mainly because of the disregard of actual law, not necessarily that you
Resistance.
chose to
Teach.
use a particular law, but
Or
most
The
people
parasites who wanted to get paid on packages.
you know,
Horrible parasite.
consumer law or consumer protections doesn't typically talk about authentication of things or declaring nationalities or any of those those things aren't in there. It's straight up Title 15, which is fine. But the way people and it's if you do use the UCC again, it's to control the other party. It's an Aikido style um deal when you're using it. Like, okay, well, you coerce these things from me because you um didn't disclose certain things. Like that's typically what it ends up being, right? It doesn't start to say spooky stuff, right? you know, about the putting your name in a trust or the fact that it's in all caps and you know, consumer protection doesn't usually get that. It doesn't typically come from that angle. but it also requires people to be on the offense. Wouldn't you agree, Hassan?
You said it can also put us on the offense.
It requires people are on the offense.
I look hold on, when you mean like the people needing that protection?
Yeah, using it as protection. It's typically best when you are the one bringing the claim.
Yes, and it can also be used defensively with the correct, appropriate framing of the articulations pertaining to the same.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
especially in consumer or civil cases about alleged debt, a counterclaim, even though you would be counterclaiming as a defendant, is still an offensive move.
Yes, absolutely. Because I think it's interesting because again, they're only the attorneys that are into that particular racket. They may call it a career. They, I'm just saying, they're only interested in reducing their risk and not eliminating it, which signals that that industry is going nowhere for quite a few times. Yeah, because what they're banking on is
the ignorance of the masses.
Yes, there you go. The ignorance
continue to be exploited.
Is it the masses or them asses? Which one is it? I'm just trying to. I'm just saying.
Write it all together, split it where you want.
All the masses.
Seriously.
The masses, them asses.
But that's really what it is, though, because the people have been. It's interesting how
what
much
you know
people,
about law says to your statement, Hassan. That's it, brother. Mitigation, not elimination. We're gonna make them want to eliminate it.
True. That's true. That is true because the more it's done, because again, there's a statistic that in 2025, less than 9,000 people took advantage of that.
Look at that. Look at that.
Wow.
Look at that.
So that's less than that's like a small town worth of claims. So the attorneys are
That's
just
why
like,
they're not scared.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Like there you go. There you go.
They need more spankings. Way more spankings.
Exactly.
Correct.
Who is here for it? Put a 1 in the chat if you're here to extract attorneys' tears. Like we have been for years.
Word.
Let's talk
we
about
didn't even have to get our argument perfect and we was kicking their ass.
Correct. That and that's what it is too. And I know we want to make sure our framing is tight and we're not deficient. However, there are some things I've observed, like certain, case decisions I've observed. Some of those things weren't perfect. And yes, they may give certain leeway to pro se litigants. But if you're hitting the right notes, they'll be like,
it's like
okay,
a song.
you're hitting the right notes.
The chord.
Yes,
I know
the
it's
right
chord.
chord.
Trials and tribulations, trial and error. But I've been trying to get it perfect the first time, to where I got them.
Getting it perfect the first time is more just doing the best that you can with where you were at the time.
Word.
Because rarely you look back at it and not cringe.
Word.
And if you don't do that every once in a while, you're probably not growing. Yes, Mark, the threshold issues. The threshold issues.
Yeah, absolutely.
I appreciate you saying that because, sometimes I get in my feelings about, oh, did I say it right? Did I do, did I do it right? You just,
Right.
yeah, especially as we continue to move or you learn more things or, that kind of thing. And it's like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And then the next thing is going to be what it's going to be,
Yep. Some people be like, when they hear us talking about the slammer and the birth certificate on the table and stuff like that, they're like, don't talk about me, Malika. I'm not talking about anybody in particular. Some of my favorite people, we've done stuff like that.
Like learning a new language.
Done it.
And always open to amending or growing from those things that we've done. I mean, at one point in time, I used to suck my middle finger and my ring finger, but then I grew up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Josette just linked to the attorney's shirt, attorney's tear shirt. Gratitude, Josette.
I got so many situations going on. I've been trying to prioritize how do I want to uh come to y'all for my consultation, trying to prioritize what I should go after first. Because I got so many situations going on. I
Yeah,
don't know.
well,
Like,
everybody's
do,
gonna
do
just
you
have to
make me
make that
scared to
decision.
scared to chase
Everybody's gonna
money
have to
when I
make
know I
that
can
decision for themselves,
try to
really.
suit up on something and get some money out of it? But I don't know if I should
Yes,
go that way first
I
or
definitely think if you can sue about some money, okay, sue them about some money.
Real.
That's exactly what the consumer protection stuff is there to do. Extract monetary damages from them at
equity.
law. I hope everybody's okay with at law. I hope we don't
Yeah.
be here running from the law. I hope we're not going to be here talking about exclusive equity.
Equity.
I don't even think that would exist
Absolute
if
equity.
people were not demonizing their protections.
Man.
It just wouldn't. It wouldn't be a thing because people would be. And then if people were absolutely reading
I
what is
think that
called the
some
law.
people legitly want whatever the one trick that they learned from somewhere, they just want that shit to work. They want the I'm a man on the land, for example.
Yeah.
I'm a state national for like they want that to be the thing. They want that to be the thing that the whole case hinges on because they want to validate that particular point as opposed to being like, okay, well, this situation requires this type of process, and that situation might require this other type of process. Okay. A lot of the
Yeah.
consumer stuff is for stuff that you have already done with the social. You already did it. It's done. So if you have to use the consumer protections, right? Then that's what you have to use for the things you've already done using that number, the accounts that were already created, the identities that were already stolen. Okay? The so the skip tracers and vendors and all the other folks that already got it because you already used it and you need to rectify that situation, then that is what you need to do. Moving
Word.
forward, you might decide to do something different. But for handling the credit card debt that's already there and any other type of consumer debt that's alleged to be there, you already have that thing to do. And of course, you're not going to do the square peg round hole type deal where just put the square where the square goes, okay? And just put the circle where the circle goes. That's it.
You
Yeah.
know, Malika, it's crazy because I used to be, and before I went business for myself, I did big data. And in big data, basically, we breaking the law and not knowing it. We would look up Kevin Plank and say, well, these are all the places that he gave a gift to. And this is his birthday and all his information, not knowing we violated this man. How are we supposed to know this information about this man personally? And then I think about people like LexisNexis, and it's like, yeah, they put it on my credit report. Who's they? How did
The
Right.
they know
the
information?
basket.
Like it's already a violation. The fact that you have a credit score based on information they should have never gotten. Like, no. How did you give it to him?
That's
Did you
like
tell him how many
when
payments
you
you made?
miss a phone call from a strange number and then you call them back and they go, "Oh, first I have to verify you." Excuse me? You have to verify. You call me? How do you even have information to verify? How would you know if I give you something legit or not? Why, who are you?
How did you get my number?
Yeah, how did you get my number? How did you get my information? Well, before I give you that, I have to verify you. Like,
Mhm.
why do you have the information that would verify me? What is going on? ma'am, we can't do this right now. Click. You know what I mean? Like this, that's what you're describing.
That's
Oh
so
my
real.
goodness. Go ahead,
As soon
bro.
as you click that record button, they
No,
tell you,
it's so
"Oh, I can't talk to you on a recorded call."
I have friends, they were like, bro, in order for you to see your children, we just got to double your income. Oh, okay. Is that why all these NBA guys worth 20 million ain't seeing their children in 5 years? Man, Bob, we got to learn the law. Like, if throwing money at it would fix it, a bunch of people would be seeing their children right now. But that's not the case. It's because we don't know. We don't even know what can and can do. We don't even know what they can and can't do.
That's the
I
main
found
thing
out
right there. We don't know what they can and cannot do. We don't know
how,
their powers, duties, and authorities.
you know what I found out?
You've been
87% of
told
American
of too
Bar
much law.
Association students in the last 17 years don't even study the First Amendment.
That's what we were
It's not
talking
even a
about the other
requirement.
day.
It's not a requirement.
It's not a
87% of them.
requirement. They skip right past the very first and most important one that protects all the others. And that is why we need to use the First Amendment to kick their butts, to extract more attorney tiers, especially in my opinion. And of course, this is not carte blanche advice. I'm not telling anybody what to do. But for me, if I were to start somewhere, it would absolutely be with the mortgage rent and eviction stuff. That's what I would study. I would secure the biggest bag first. Because imagine people are paying, let's even say on average, 1,000, in some cities $2,000, in some cities even more,
2,500.
for
Going
where
up.
they live. So imagine, even at $1,000 a month, you no longer have to pay that to some baby eating pederast, right? You don't have to give it to them. You don't have to give it to the bank. And I'm saying it goes to the bank because remember, guys, as a manager for a major retail store, Abercrombie and Fitch, all the money that I collected that day in the register, we dropped it off at a bank. It's all went to the bank every night. Every night it went to those baby eaters. Every night. Every night it gets dropped over there. That's a problem. That's where it's going.
They taking it doing double booking entries.
And then we got the internet gurus trying to tell us how to start doing double booking entries instead of rendering that whole thing totally obsolete. But you have to be willing to make a challenge. And that's why we're having our class. We're going to be talking about mortgage rescission on Saturday, guys. We're offering 20% off. And our affiliates are posting their link here in the chat on Zoom and in the chat on TikTok. So you guys can go and enroll in the class if you have not yet. The whole first part of the class is in there, except for our rescission conversation and workshop that's happening on Saturday. So you will already have access as soon as you enroll to all the other mortgage free 2.0 stuff that we did last May. You will have immediate access to that, and then you will have live access and recorded access to our class on Saturday. So the coupon, if you guys want to use it, is 20OFF, 20OFF, 20 off. Naima says they may not know. Most people don't know, which is why, Marcel just mentioned the percent of attorneys that don't even learn the First Amendment. And this is why it hasn't made its way into, if you want to say, jurisprudence, or it hasn't made its way into precedents.
Because
You
the
know,
people have to bring the claims for the precedents to be set.
Absolutely.
So the
But then
Supreme Court
again,
right now is just waiting for us. They're saying, hey, bring them. If you can bring their correct cases, they're ready to do it, right?
perhaps, but also we have to take into consideration that a lot of First Amendment claims, if they are heated, are likely to become those things that end up with NDAs or end up with settlements so that it doesn't make it to the record because they're not supposed to be touching us in our religious protections.
Don't touch me there.
Don't touch
Point,
me over there.
point to the bear where they touched you. Okay, I'm gonna stop. For 24 years, I was never late on my mortgage payment. I hear that. Yeah, even referring to it as my mortgage payment.
Right.
Whose
You
mortgage
know,
payment is it?
you know,
It's like when
we
somebody works for a company and they're the manager and they got hired and fill out the application and they say my employees. I'm sorry? I've been
Wow.
working with my
So
employees. Your employees?
what's the
Wow.
procedure of stopping that? Do you stop paying first, or do you start sending things first, then stop?
we give you options with our classes. That's why we talk about it. Slay the Servicer is for people who are current. Fend foreclosure is for people who are not current. They're behind. And this Saturday's class is going to be about rescission, which is
They're
also most beneficial for people who are current. Go ahead, Trading.
I'm saying behind the mortgage ball, the 8 ball, the mortgage ball.
I would advise everybody to take it. And again, First Peter in the Bible says, always be prepared to give an answer for the hope you profess. So I tell people all the time, if you can't explain it, I wouldn't suggest you do it. Because you can't just blame Hassan or Malika. Oh, they told me. Wait a minute, but can you explain it? Because First Peter says, always be prepared to give an answer for the hope you profess. So what did they tell you on how this works? Well, I don't know. Then why'd you follow it? Did you even ask? I didn't care. I just wanted it to work. Oh, okay.
That's why the
But
video I'm posting today on Off Duty Alibi, in lieu of that, and in support of my sister and this platform, it's about silent lay assistance, JPS, jurisprudence positioning system, because you guys are in control that come for assistance. We're just giving direction. I yield.
I appreciate that. Gratitude.
You guys are just telling us what you would
Indeed.
do if you were in the same position, right?
But also to help comprehend the law as it is written, reading comprehension. Reading comprehension. We don't even comprehend what we are reading.
teach. I was so angry when I first got here. The first couple of weeks, I was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm not okay," because they don't have no package. They don't have, and so Malika
The
was
what?
like, anybody. Malika was like, "If we don't explain what's going on, I'm going to end this call." I was like, "What? Where's the package?" And so, because all of us are Rockefeller children, right? We all went to public schools, and they didn't told us to just assimilate. You know, the average American sees 4 to 10,000 advertisements a day. We just we're programmed to just buy and consume and buy and consume.
Yeah.
We're not programmed to question anything. And then you come over here and y'all like question everything. Wait a minute.
Hold on, say that word again with the British pronunciation again. It was so hilarious. Say it again.
Advertisements.
The what program?
Advertisements?
Advertisements.
Yeah, I didn't
More than
pick. That's
10,000
how we say
advertisements.
it.
Just advertise.
Advertisement, some people will say. That was so
Advertisement.
That's what he was trying to
hilarious.
say.
Advertisements.
Advertisements. That's absolutely. That is exactly how everyone in my family would
Yes.
say it.
That is
You know,
hilarious,
Marcel, that
yo.
wasn't very long ago either. Whenever you, when you started, I mean, like I can remember you having that the way you described yourself. Like it's not been that long, and you came a long way. So you're you're kicking butt, man.
Yeah, Marcel's rocking and rolling.
Yeah. Maybe Marcel, you'll go and check your Maryland remedy and see some of the things we talked about as far as those protections added. I yield.
I think creative life,
Indeed.
like your reference to Rockefeller children. We're the Rockefeller children. Did y'all know that? Us Goyim. Yes.
I prefer the term servile artist turned liberal artists. How
Just
dare
boy
you?
for
Let me
short.
stop, yo.
I like that you close your eyes before you say it. Servile artist, but that is so legit. It is servile arts. You know, they try to compartmentalize us. They try to, you know, have see how they can exploit us. That's it. They just want it how to know how to exploit us. What is going to be the carrot that they hang in front of our face? Because it's
I'm
not going
learning
to
so many
be
new
how
words
to
now.
get women from stop being coerced for into C-sections. What was that, King Howard?
I say I'm learning so many new words with y'all.
Yes, that's some people's favorite thing about being part of this community. Right, Gail. That's how I spell it on Facebook.
I heard a statistic this week that said that 30% of women between the ages of like 18 and 24 in the US consider OnlyFans their form of income.
What
Well,
percent?
that's because that institution is the oldest institution on the planet when it comes to industry.
And a lot of them are don't.
I think that's hearsay.
The amount of
What?
fathers that are been separated from their daughters because of these courts and stuff like that, I'm sure definitely increases that number.
So if you can't make it in a college institution, you do post collegiate pro institution. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. I'm just serious.
Use what you got to get what you want.
It's true though. We've seen it.
More women
You
signed up
you
for OnlyFans
working for
last year than
banksters?
I've known.
You're
Wow.
working for banksters still.
Yep, still.
Give
How
it
many
back
people
some
have
kind of
money
way.
run through their hands and they have nothing to show for it? They don't have no land. They don't have no farm. They don't have no animals. They don't have nothing. Just money
Got
just
too many
running through.
wants.
Well, I flew over here and I flew to there and I spent a month in wherever.
So much temptation
Word.
out here. Too many wants.
Who out here is over here is like, okay, secure some shelter, catch some water, right? Grow a big ass garden. Who's doing that? So that if and
I
when
want to.
the system goes belly up as it needs to, your needs are covered. You've already made connections with the healers. You've already made connections with the crafters. You've already made connection with your builder friends.
Wow. That's love.
Yes?
Bring
Is
that
that not what we are
authentication.
here doing?
Facts.
We got doulas and midwives getting together with gardeners and basket weavers and herbalists.
Word. That's what that's what
Come
community
on.
is about. Because I look at the word community as a compound word, compound term of the two words communication and unity. And so it just takes for us to intercourse, because the word intercourse means to communicate. So all it takes is for us to have that social intercourse, and so that we can be able to unify, because you may make the bread, I may make the knives, so now we can have a bread cutting knife, uh you know bread and bread cutting knife,
Right.
situation, or a table, and it's like, oh, you see this, bro, you like that sourdough bread she make, well, you can cut it with this better than that knife over there. See,
Absolutely.
those old knives don't cut your sourdough just the way you would like, but here you have an adjustable knife, and you can cut it at any slice, any any thickness you want. See, that's what it has to be. Well, I think the main thing that has to be fought is the because a lot of people are in this space to do those things, but they still got that I got mine, you got to get yours mentality, which is the diametrical antithesis to unity.
I was just about to say, once your knife better than his knife, then what are you gonna do with his knife?
Word.
Well, all
Think
we
you're
need
gonna
to
try
outdo
to make
right
one better
now,
than you?
all we need to outdo right now is these corporations. Because
Right.
the way that they win is that most of us don't have a craft. Most of us don't know how to do nothing. Anybody realize that? And I'm not talking about just us yourself. Like, I'm not digging on any one person here, but in general, do you know there's people bragging about not being able to cook?
You.
71%.
They're bragging about it. It's one
We have
thing that you don't know. That's like saying that you're illiterate. It's one thing to be illiterate. It's another thing to brag about being illiterate. Anybody know the difference?
Yep.
They'd rather go to Chick-fil-A.
People, if you
That
ask
they're-
people today, they don't know the difference between fixing food versus cooking food.
how many ingredients are in the fries at the
51.
last fast food place that you went to? You don't have to confess if you went yesterday or last year or 10 years ago. But how many ingredients are in just the fries that's supposed to be
Just
salt,
potato.
water? I'm sorry, salt, a potato, and oil.
500,000.
It's not 500,000. But how
About
many?
20.
That's a big arch bite.
How about
Let
it
me
got
stop.
how about if the number is two numbers? It's not even a single digit. It's two. It's made it to the double digits.
Yep. Between 12 and 32 on average. It's pretty disgusting just for fries.
Yeah,
I
potassium,
think
glycinate.
McDonald's has like 15 or 17. You know, what happened what happened to avocado oil or tallow or and some potatoes? The salt is even optional.
And they're allowed 6% human DNA.
I don't
Lord
want
have
any.
mercy.
And the FDA signs off on this stuff.
Well, then we're noticing all of the problems. This corporatocracy going on because people don't have any skills. That's why when I look out here, I'm like, okay, I can plant potatoes. I can plant thousands of potatoes, tens of thousands of potatoes right here in this little front piece. Tens of thousands of potatoes. I can grow.
Because you're near Idaho, right?
Yes.
Okay, just saying.
Yes. Same climate. We can grow tons of potatoes, yams, and we can roast them right here. Don't even need no oil. Just roast them up right here. Do it like the Asian folks. Peel it, stuff it in your mouth. It's delicious. Got that little caramelization from being roasted on the grill.
The
Anybody know what
best.
I'm talking about?
The best.
Somebody know what I'm talking about.
For real.
You don't need no oil or salt. Just roast them. Bring people right here to the gate and have them taste some real food without a corporation, without what is it? Ida potatoes, or anybody else. Oh, right. I don't even remember the name. I don't even remember the name. I definitely don't go in that aisle at all. Even if I did go shopping, I don't go in that aisle.
Processed foods.
No, none of them. No Jolly Green, none of that. People don't have any skills to share. We don't have a skill share network. We don't have people who, you know what I'm saying, make jewelry, connect with people who fix teeth or whatever. We are not doing that. And then for some reason we think that services are not equal. They're not equally important. So we'll say things like, well, so and so deserves to get more than so and so because of some arbitrary thing. Because think about it. Who typically what are some of the positions that make the least in corporations?
Janitor.
Let's say a janitor. Imagine a building existing for a week without a janitor. What business are you running that your janitor take off for a week? What business are you running?
You
A
can't. No
dirty
one can go to
one.
the water. Nobody can drink the nothing.
Okay, but you're gonna say that the janitor is not equal to the CEO? I think the company could go a week without the CEO. Who think that? Who thinks a company can go a week without the CEO? But
Ain't gonna
you
be that
cannot
anyway.
go a week without the janitor, but you don't value the janitor's position as much as the CEO. Does that make sense? Thank you. We are allowing this to happen to ourselves.
Whatever that company making, it should be splitting it between all the employees, dividing it equally. Everybody got a job to do. Do your part. Is that not a possibility?
Absolutely. Just people just have to get over themselves. That's all. That's all. I mean, because I'll admit. Let me say. Let me be the one that's forthcoming. I enjoy technology a lot. I gotta admit, I do. I enjoy the computering and the Wi-Fi, so to speak, and lights and things of that nature. So I still also think that even before the way we're seeing things as we see now, as far as technology, I still think there was some form of it, even in the yesteryears. However, there has been a social engineering for the purpose of servile artistry to make servile artists think that, oh, well, they was just using two rocks to rub together to spark a fire. When there's videos coming out that you rub two quartz together really quickly and you can still get light, then it's like, hold on, then quartz, it can't be new. So there had to been something that was done even years ago, and then we're seeing things that were built certain ways and things of that nature.
But in
you know
order
what I
to
mean?
create that servitude, we have to control that knowledge. We have to restrict that knowledge.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
So now we're left. Now we're left with trying to get rid of the light bill. Go ahead, Linnea.
Right, like they have to disconnect you from that knowledge so that way they can force feed you whatever other stuff to throw you off your sort of natural rhythm.
Exactly. I mean, there's tons of videos out there showing you how to use magnets to generate electricity. You know what I mean? Which to me is like, well, aren't we on one big magnet then?
Yeah.
However you may see the shape of it or whatever. I mean, the further north you go, aren't you not seeing the magnetic energy move by the evidence of the aurora borealis?
We're gonna
Aurora
call it
borealis,
something else.
I mean?
We're gonna call it something else so you don't realize what's happening.
I think they even actively hide it. There's a place here in Florida called Coral Castle that is the only megalith, modern megalith in the world. And me and my kids, we just did a deep dive into how this man did it because he wrote books.
Shout out to Ed.
If you go there and you visit it, they'll tell you, oh, he built this for his lost love and blah blah blah, some BS. But this man wrote books. They don't tell you about those. And all he
He
talks
also
about
left
is
symbols.
yes,
All over the place.
All the astrological symbols. But all this man talks about is magnetism, and he wrote it in the books, but just nobody's reading it. So they disconnect you from that, and you think that a 103-pound man can lift 10-ton stones just because he's in love. Get out of here.
Yeah. Yes. That's why I just said, yeah, Ed.
Now that makes me think, what does he know about neutralizing what appears to be called gravity and weight in order to be able to move such large, quote unquote, stones?
Right? If anybody wants copies of the book, I'll send it to you. It's very, very interesting.
And also, if it's not already, put it in the homeschooling group on Lawful Living.
Okay, I will.
Has anybody heard of the Venus Project?
Absolutely.
I think that what's his name? Fresco, Jacques Fresco had created a plan for a, a resource-based society where all the resources were equally shared. Um, but I think what came to my mind today was that marketing is can be used for good or evil.
No.
Yeah, I believe marketing can be used, and it's in the person who's marketing it as to whether and what you're marketing. If you're marketing that, be all you can be in the army, and if you go and bomb Iran or whatever and you come back, we're going to give you a medal. And when you walk through the airport, people are going to come up to you and say thank you for your service. Then some people who don't use their mind very far will think, well, it's cool. It's cool to go bomb children or, do all kinds of crazy stuff because I'm going to get kudos and I'm going to get money.
Get a charger.
But to tell people we're going to change the world, they're like, no, I'm getting marketed on McDonald's and I'm getting that 15, 30, 40 times a day, but I'm not getting many commercials about changing the world for the better. So
Who
I'm going to
owns the
McDonald's.
media? Who owns the media?
Same people own APAC and Federal Reserve and
Okay. So when we say who agrees that
Democrats.
marketing can be used for good or evil?
You
I
mean the
agree.
same people who don't pay taxes?
Hmm?
Who thinks those same people, Queen, who thinks that marketing can be used for good or evil and is merely a tool?
That was
I
my
agree.
example, though, with the
But who
marketing, because
owns the
you
media?
have
How are
you
you
have
gonna
all these H&R Block
how are
things
you gonna
going
get
and
your voice
whatever.
in there when
just like
everybody's glued to the TV and the TV is owned by the baby eating molesters?
well, it's a small group that
You got to
likes
join a
to think.
record label.
This seems like it's a small group that likes to think, both positive and negative. So we're using this Zoom to market another way of thinking. And I always tell people I never had a class on freedom till I came to lawful living.
Wow.
Yeah, I never took any classes
Same
on
here.
freedom. And what we're talking about reminds me of investigating how to get free. So you're marketing every time we come to class, every time you set up a class for us and a platform for us to get your leadership. That's leadership, you know. And you are an internet guru because guru means teacher. So there's some beneficial gurus and there's some, you know,
Not so beneficial ones.
you
At
know what I'm
least,
saying?
at least mutual beneficial.
Yeah, man.
The so-called
Man say,
gurus,
yeah, man.
alleged.
So
But I wanna ask a question though
Yes.
go ahead.
for all of us here. What's the difference between a case holding and the dicta?
Hmm?
I'm saying the difference
It's
between
Newbie Tuesday, bro. I don't
I
even
know
think
it's
people know what
okay,
dicta is.
let us leave it alone. Let us leave it alone. I'm so sorry. I
Get
thought
them
we could have
Wow.
this
words together.
conversation.
Talk about them words, right? Them words, right?
Hmm.
Say it again.
Oh Lord. Huh?
Say
See,
it
some people
again.
didn't even hear the question.
It's okay. Let's move on.
Linnea is sharing the newbie guide. Case holding and dicta is not in there, but you should download it anyway. Okay, get your newbie guide. That's funny.
But we will follow up on that.
Okay.
And the reason why I asked the question is because I'm observing how instrumental it is when we talk about the judicial choice, judicial convenience, the judicial deference.
Yes.
It's related to that. Why I asked the question, but I'm certain we will pick it up back at some time in the near future.
Yeah, like tomorrow.
Possibly. Yeah. But yeah.
Who has their hand up? Josette,
Justin.
go ahead with your question, comment, or emotional outburst.
Thank you. Well, my son just called and he wants to buy a protection pistol, and he doesn't have a social security number, so he's not going to be able to get it unless one of his parents, like me, goes and gets it. But I'm wondering how he could get it without a social. Sorry to get you while you're
Buy
doing.
it privately.
Private. Send him to me.
Yeah, I know privately because my landlord, he's a trader, a dealer, and he's already gotten a couple, but this one is special. It's a 1911 and it's just a marvelous price and everything. So I'm being a little sarcastic, but his eyes are glowing for it, and I asked him to sleep on it, before he makes a decision. But I know privately is probably the only option at this point.
What a question mark. I'm not even gonna repeat that on because we told broadcasting on TikTok.
That's right. How do they get them?
There are ways.
Privately.
Trading Brigade said to hit them up. Any other questions?
Not for me. Thank you.
Why do all American presidents have to wear the yarmulke? Is that like Dave Chappelle said, all the Hollywood stars have to wear the dress?
Yeah.
Have to wear the dress.
And it's a sign of blackmail, I think. I think it says, okay, we blackmail them. Like that's their official thing.
They said Trump converted to Judaism in 2017 or 2018.
Yeah, he did.
Man,
and his daughter.
Who cares? How do you convert to something that you're supposed to be born? Come on, man. Ridiculous. But even the speculation about that.
It's not even really the
name a president that didn't betray the people of America.
Barack Obama.
I know you ain't say Obama when he went to Michigan and drank clean water in those people's face while they were asking questions about why their water is brown. And he said, hold up.
Google Obama and yarmulke.
And he is wearing that yarmulke.
Barack Obama was born and raised to
be president. Be president. It's okay to say it.
No, I was gonna say what you had said. I can't remember how you worded, but basically to go against the country.
Name a president that has not betrayed America. Name a president that has not betrayed America.
Lincoln.
John F. Kennedy.
Maybe JFK. Maybe Lincoln. Maybe. So basically,
they're all lawyers.
Anybody here play spades? Put a one in the chat if you ever played spades.
Woo-hoo.
Put a one in the chat if you know how to play spades, because what that sounds like is two possibles. You ever look at your hand and say like, "Damn, I got two potential.
Right. I got four
I got
books.
two possibles, and then nan else."
I got two and two possibles.
Anybody ever look at they? Nah, they don't even. We don't even have two and two. It's just two possible.
We going board. Yeah, we going board.
And
Right,
was and was
unless your
Obama
partner
at
got
that
fire over there. Your partner got 11 books over there.
was Obama at that Bilderberg meeting before the election?
But why are we talking about him?
Yes, he
In
was.
particular, do you actually have a question about whether he was eating babies too? Because he's the one that got an email about 60 grand with hot dogs.
That's because he was
Isn't
eating
he one of
Michael.
your
I mean, Michelle.
possibles? Isn't he one of your possible books?
He is definitely not one of my possibles.
Oh no, you said Abraham Lincoln
And JFK.
And JFK wasn't he
Those are
the one
two
that
possibles.
allowed Hoover J Edgar to surveil Martin Luther King?
Kennedy was a total crook, but he just wasn't as bad of a crook as the people that wanted to kill him.
Right.
That's why I said two possibles. Which president, name a president that did not betray the American people?
Can I throw? I'm not saying I was there to see it, but can we throw Andrew Jackson in there a little bit, maybe? No, no Andrew Jackson. Okay, because he's so-called credited with ending the national debt, and that's who they were comparing Trump to a lot in his first term or whatever ish. Yeah, no, they were trying to compare him.
Have anybody ever seen a billionaire that want to end a bank? Show me.
I know, right? That's like an attorney wanting to totally. It's like an attorney totally, zeroing, getting rid of all their risk. I'm just saying. I want to eliminate the risk. No, because then I won't have a job.
I think Kennedy tried, and I think once he got in and got all his security clearances and got all his top secret information briefed to him, realized what he was, the devil soup that he was in.
They had his driver pop him.
Yeah.
In broad daylight.
I saw that too.
And then tried to make it a mystery.
Or either it was somebody in a manhole shooting
No, you didn't see the video?
I saw a video about the men who killed Kennedy.
There's a glass.
And they said there was a guy in the manhole who shot up, and then he walked through the sewer system and came out about 10 blocks away. And
okay, so y'all didn't see the video.
Don't you love CIA's, part in Hollywood? Isn't it grand?
No, I've seen the one where the with the gun from the driver, and I used to swear that it was it, but when you really look at it, you'll see that the curb behind him, it lines up with the shine off the guy in the passenger seats at the top of his hair.
Wow, we're getting off on a tangent.
And the thing that finally proved it was there's a glass divider thing. It's in between there, and it was not busted. So, yeah, I used to be hardcore. I was like, dude, it's the driver. Look, but when you really zoom in, and you'll see that it looks like his arm, but it's really not his arm. It's the curb behind him, that straight line. And I mean, it's so crazy because it makes when you're looking at it, you're like, no, this is what I see. Him turning and reaching his hand, pulling his hand up, and looks like he's shooting a gun, but it's not.
This flying off on a tangent has been brought in part to you by Terrence Howard and Tangential Flight. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop.
You leave Terrence alone.
I think it was the guy
flying off on a tangent. Tangential Flight. Okay, I yield.
Roosevelt sold us out with the New Deal. Man, they all had a part.
All of them.
That's why we're talking about mortgage rescission. Not everybody has a mortgage. A mortgage is a very niche thing. There are people out here that are living in apartments that think they want to get mortgages. They think mortgages are the only way to get their house. And we are going to be figuring things out one step at a time. Walking people back from their housing, which is their shelter, their locomotion, which is going to be their cars and vehicles. We walking it all down. Because right now, as we know, there is none legitimate process for private people to acquire things for just their private use. Unless you're going to go through with those government numbers.
I thought you had to use the numbers first, then do it.
Well, now that's the only choice you have. But doesn't that mean you have to create that government relationship in order to access your dominion? Or am I misreading that? Y'all tell me.
The government or the record fails to reflect that I was the one that used it.
Good point.
I
mean, which
I
which you
laughed.
can prove, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's going to work, or it's going to be easy, but it's kind of the way I'm looking at things nowadays. It's like, how do you even know that was me?
I mean, maybe it
I don't
is.
know what
But
you're
here's
talking
the
about.
thing. Here's what I'm saying. There is no meaningful way to acquire almost anything for our private use without using those government numbers and those banking institutions. Does everybody realize that?
One side deal.
Yes.
Because that is what is the basis of unconscionability.
Absolutely.
That's why this biodigital convergence they got coming up with this, biological identification is going to basically be what you're just described, but for everything, like literally everything, you have to use your number or your profile or whatever they want to call it that belongs to you.
They're gonna probably offer
Belongs
everybody
to
on
you.
welfare $2,000 a
That's
month to
the
get that
thing that
chip in
they've
their hand.
assigned to you.
It's kind of like Malika when you talk about the marriage license. It's like, so I have to contract with you to create a legacy with her. It's like that's
Of
unconscionable.
course not.
Like,
Right. It's
so-
unconscionable.
right.
Of course, I don't have to do that.
That's why Dave Chappelle came out with the love contract. Okay,
Can
I'm
you
gonna
rescind
stop.
that too?
Like,
And if you don't
whether or
contract,
not
all
whether
your
or not you
have
had that happen or not, you still have like the duty to, care for your kid or something. So it's like, how does that have anything to do with this activity? I mean,
Because somebody has to be the remainder man.
yep.
The Remainder Man. Isn't that a movie?
Well, I'm talking about it from the context of the person who is entitled or the person that is entitled to receive ownership of property or assets after a life estate. Just saying. Remember, we looked at that definition for what was it again? In the marriage license, it was the definition of person and it includes the state. And I see they just worm themselves in upon the construction of such a definition for the res.
Well, if they are taking care of orphans, y'all know that's what America was built off of, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
The orphan trains,
I can't even know.
the whole of America.
Yeah, because wasn't the slogan or the most recent slogan I saw in the advertisement, as it was said today, America, child trafficking since 1792. I'm gonna stop.
I'm saying, right?
I'm gonna stop. I'm
It's
just
a
serious.
fact. It's a fact.
So they created a government over these orphans. And they trying to say it's us, Goyim. We the orphans. That they have parents patriate over.
You mean to
That's
say
what they're
people
trying to
been
say.
kicked out of every country for doing just that?
Yeah, you think it's the what Zionists?
Mm-hmm. The those who say they're Jews but who are not.
That's why I said the Zionists. They want to say that they introduced people all over the world that are orphans. And that marriage license is a permission for orphans to marry, permission from the clerk of the orphan court. Some of them, the language, they never even changed. How do you guys feel about that? They never even changed the language. Birth certificates are for orphans, foundlings. They derive the Social Security number based on the birth certificate. That's already telling you who that's for. But what right now, because of course they want it to be the default system as it has become, there is no separate system that creates a meaningful way for people to acquire things for their private use. Do we realize that? Oh yeah, my man slave hooked me up. He put it in he put it in here. I got my lemon, my lime.
But if the system is so built where they can only exercise the powers to regulate commerce, how could they have ever make any provision to acquire private property or property for private use?
That's why it's not written in there. There's nothing written in there for the private use property.
Yeah.
So they try to do the UCC, personal family and household use, which I still
So
find to be some sort of trick, because all I'm imagining is the big 53-foot trucking
53-foot trailer.
trailer, right? That's filled with single-use coffee and plates and individual forks, and they're in a 24 pack. That's what and then you have 500 of them.
Only thing UCC, I see it. UCC right here where it says like we can do this and that to you. And
UCC right here, this wall right there.
Right.
UCC, right?
UCC
My
right here
hand.
where it says I can enslave you.
This reminds me of what you said a few days ago, that all of us are actually in an abusive relationship.
Yes, an abusive relationship with the government. The baby eaters, because we got to remind them. The molesters.
I think that's a good idea, Malika, to keep saying it so that people don't forget and get distracted.
Because we like to say that we're angry, but we're just angry enough to go and create a fake instrument and then get sued. And then try to fight about it being called a fake check. We're just angry enough to do that. We're just angry enough to authenticate our birth certificate and send it to 4 different places and pretend we live in Zimbabwe. We're just angry enough to do that.
It's a 9-8 number.
Yeah, I got the 9-8 number. I'm gonna claim that I live in Italy. That's the level of angry most of us are. That's not angry. That is not angry. Put a 1 in the chat if you realize that you're not angry if that's what the only thing you're willing to do.
That's frustrated, maybe.
That's not angry though. So maybe we'll get angry when we realize that every time we pay that AT&T phone bill like I do, it's going to the molesting baby eaters.
I wonder if they're going to give everybody free phones whenever they make this whole digital, the big switch, in the new world. Are they going to give you a free phone because you're going to have a fucking phone to do everything? So, but they also
might. Anybody remembers the Obama phones that
Yeah,
a
they got
lot of people
government
were
phones.
holding on to? They called them the Obama phones.
Yeah, track you double time.
What conveniences are we willing to give up? What addictions will keep us financing the baby eating?
Uh-oh. You're hitting right now.
One of my clients is in Tanzania, and her father, just blew my mind. And she said, I said, how's it going? She said, oh, they're building 4 houses for my brothers. And I said, 4 houses? She said, yeah, because once you purchase the land, then the cost of the house is on you. And I said, really? And she said, yeah, we're a republic. I said, so is America. She said, yeah, okay.
Oh! Oh,
I'm not black. I'm
Only.
OJ.
She said,
Okay, let me stop.
she said, sir, you guys are a
Only.
corporation. We literally have no go. I said, so how can I send you mail? She said, we don't have postal services like y'all do. I have to go in town. I said, what? She says, we're okay with that. You guys are not. You want the convenience, but you got to give
that's
up freedom
right.
for that.
Exactly. So right now we don't have an address. That's so funny you say
Right.
that. Right now
She
we
said,
don't
so
have an
we don't
address.
have to worry about mail coming in that bill we owe because we have no address.
So and when we so we're about 20 minutes from the closest post office. So my man slave says we should go get a post office box. So of course I'm gonna be like, okay, babe. They want us to have an address to
Crazy.
get the post office box. Excuse me? What?
Use your address.
How? What? Where does that happen at?
Like,
I
that's why
want
get
to
the
use
box.
the general post box here. What was that, Jake?
That's why you're getting a box, right? It's like I don't
Yeah.
have another fucking address. That's why I want
Yeah.
to get a box.
And so here's what's funny. They told us that if we wanted to get mail here, we have to talk to the mail delivery person.
Yep.
Not some office somewhere else, like the literal woman, Michelle, that passes on the street is who we have to talk to.
That's like
Crazy.
here at the gangster USPS, we no longer do things as the USPOD, even though we're still
Well,
supposed to.
yes. I mean, because it's never been dissolved, because they can't dissolve it.
Correct.
But she's like, oh, well, I'll be on your street around this time on tomorrow. You can just come out to the gate and we'll talk. I was like, yo. Oh.
So
Where
what's up with all of that
where
stamp
I'm
stamp
at, we
duty
have a really small
stamp duty act?
I don't even know why that has anything to do with anything. So I don't know, King Howard. I'm just in awe, just like everybody else. Because to get the stuff from there, for them to say we need an address, that's why I'm getting it from here.
Well,
Come
it
on.
seems like you need a sign instead of no trespassing. It needs to say no federal corporate feet beyond this limit.
You know what's funny though? When we give the unknown address, it brings you right to our front gate.
where I live, there's a lot
That's
of
coordinates.
people
It's
who
not even
don't
coordinates.
have
Like we put
the
zero, we put the numeral 0 and the street name, and it brings you right to our gate. Like even on the map. It's
so
strange.
Can you use the
the
post office's address?
0 and the street name.
you
0
can
and the street name brings you right to our front gate.
you
We have
can
no
use what's
idea
called a
why.
vicinity address.
Because it could
I'm
be the
I'm
fact that we're
realizing
the
more and more.
only one on the street with no address. That might be the reason. But when we put in 0 and the street name, it brings you right to the front gate. It's strange.
My post office allowed me to use a vicinity address, which is just the cross streets, and you put VIC, and they allowed me to use that for the quote unquote address
What is
when I got my box.
BIC?
Vicinity, VIC.
Oh, VIC.
Yeah, you can use it's called a vicinity address, and that's
So how
what.
do they know which gate to leave the mail?
Well, any mail that would technically go to me goes to my PO box now because I put the vicinity address, but the vicinity address allowed me to qualify for the post office box when they demanded an address.
Vicinity address. I will look into that. Gratitude.
You just make one up too. You just you know.
You know
Hey,
what I'm learning
I'm
as
telling
a
you,
She just said
0
she
and the
got one
street
called
name.
zero.
0 and the street name brings you right here. That's already a made up address.
Right.
And then I don't know if you know this, but
big
for
barn
future,
and
You should rename your
yards after
area
the big
your
tree.
own city.
if you need to get packages or whatever, you can use the address of the post office with the unit number of your PO box.
That's right, but they won't give us the PO box because they said they need an address.
Well, if you can get one with the vicinity address, possibly it's in their mail manual.
111 Lawful Living, Malikaville, Oregon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Is your land gated? All the way around?
In the front and in the back, but not on the sides, only because it used to be all one mass 300 and something acre farm. And so they fenced only the perimeter. So I don't have a fence between the actual neighbors.
So you got neighbors through the woods.
Yeah, but it's gated in the front and gated in the back. It's just that we share the other parts of the gate with whoever else got part of this 300 plus acre farm.
I didn't realize how much look at it, we how corporate bound. You know, I was talking to another client in Uganda and one in Kenya, and I was like, "So how do y'all go clothes shopping?" They said we make them, and I was like, "Oh." They was like, "Yeah, most of the girls take making clothes in school, and they're
Yeah.
like, yeah, you guys trade your freedom for corporations. You trade your."
Yes.
And so one of them was on her way here to get married, and I was trying to help them. But they didn't honor their marriage. They said they have to have a contract marriage in America so that marriage
That's
matters
right.
here. Their religious ceremony, and more and more, I'm like, this is
And that's what you actually want, because as soon as they certify it, they consider them being a part of it.
right.
It's really cool to know that they're that informed about that stuff, and they actually don't just know the stuff. They actually understand the meaning behind it, and the repercussions that you have from
It's
the
taken
other
for
way.
granted, Jake, in other countries. Where I'm from, we that's what people did. My mom is a seamstress. She made her own clothes. Even when we moved here to America and she would work in a corporate office, she would make her own suits, make her own dresses. My mom made all her own clothes. She's made bridal dresses, etc. My family, especially in New York, they still get most of their clothes made because there's still people over there that make it. You can go to some woman in Queens and she will make whatever you want, okay?
My mom made her own wedding dress.
Yes. Yep. And other people's wedding dresses. My mom's made bridesmaid dresses, all of that. Okay. So it was a skill, and that's why I kept saying on this live, people do not have skills. It might not be us if you're over a certain age directly, but nowadays people don't have kids. They cannot make you a dress. They cannot sing you a song. They cannot play you an instrument. They can't entertain your children while you take a nap. You know, they don't know how to identify plants. They don't know how to grow food. They don't know when to harvest. They don't hello. They don't know how to build anything.
Can't shoot
They
a
don't
bow and arrow.
Entertain your children while you're taking a nap. I like that.
well, that's what
Can you not
community
just
does.
fucking do anything?
And this is all
You actually have to be good with children.
Right.
That's like a skill.
I guess.
And this is all perpetuated through the public school system because they took when I was in school as a child, we used to have some skill classes, but now they've taken them all away.
Because that is how the system does. They entice you, be like, look, they'll learn the same things that you're teaching them right at home. They'll
You
learn
go.
home economics. They'll learn, archery. They'll learn ceramics. They'll learn.
Automotive,
Come on, bring them over here, and then you get used to
mechanics.
sending them over there, and then they take away one skill, and then they take away the next skill, and they take away the next. They got rid of languages, even. They got rid of they called it what? Electives. Oh, these are not core things. Core is, whatever they call core, math and science, for example.
Oh.
Okay. They don't want archery and other things that are just as important, if not more important.
Home
Yeah.
economics, car mechanics,
That's
Who's
right.
carpentry,
teaching them in
Yeah.
etc.
Tanzania?
Art one and
Yeah.
two.
Call them options.
Yes, they call it electives here.
Marcel, who's teaching these people in Tanzania, and to where they have such a good understanding of what it
They
means
never
to be a republic.
they never lost it from the beginning. They're tribal people.
I that would have been my answer, Heidi. But Marcel is the one telling the story, so I understand the question.
Sorry.
No, it's all good because, like I said, that's the first thing that came to my mind. But I was like, he didn't ask me,
Yeah,
so
but I've been over there, so that's why. Okay, go ahead.
I got you. I got you. Like I
But
said, go ahead.
I was going to say that I think it speaks to the point that Hassan made a while ago is that people are culturally orphans. that they have no culture of freedom. They don't know how to make anything. They have no family bonds. And so when the state moves in, you just say, oh, well, I'm an orphan. Take me in. I'll be your ward.
Word.
Yeah,
When you
they
say
want that.
when you say the state moving, I look at it from what I've read a few weeks ago, the Georgia Resolution or the Act of 1827, talking about the tribal people, right? Who they declared to be tenant at sufferance,
Crazy.
tenants at will in a certain landmass here in Georgia, and then they were moved from that location, like further westward, like to Arkansas, right? That's what Hassan is talking about, even though I was not here at the moment when you mentioned it, but just culturally orphaned. That's what it is.
Wow.
Hmm.
And it's all for economic restructuring and extraction from the displaced
And
people.
I call it an expansion of the commercial boundary.
Yes,
Jesus Christ.
because that's what it is, pricing out rights, like you and Hassan were saying a few weeks
Mhm.
ago.
Yeah, like it said in that analysis you did. So yeah, that's what it is. Pricing out the rights.
Moving away from what they call capitalism to a techno-feudalism.
Wow. Yes.
Yeah, that just sounds like slavery with a few more
Yeah.
technological steps
Yeah.
involved.
Instead of a
Techno-feudalism, let me read it. Says, what is the idea that we are not transitioning from capitalism to something better, but slipping into a system where tech companies function like modern feudal lords, right?
Tech
Yeah,
companies
yeah.
word.
I shared a link there.
like feudal lords.
Lords.
Nah, I'm gonna be out here digging up some strawberries. I'm gonna just tell y'all right now. Okay? The only
What?
robots on my farm are the ones that's gonna be reminding me when to water.
Yeah, he says what
That's the
killed
plan for the new
capitalism?
world, technocracy.
Techno-feudalism.
What was that, Jake?
That's what the plan is for the new world, is to be a technocracy.
Yeah. Who wants to be a part of that? Who's going to be a part of that? I'm gonna go outside and plant some onions when I hang up here. I'm gonna invest the next 2 hours in planting 300 onions. If
It's
anybody wants to come and
How
assist,
long will they take to grow?
you are welcome.
it's hilarious how it's very few people with a lot of broadcast equipment can get people that outnumber them to fall for what they broadcast.
That's why I asked the question about a marketing. Are we going to say that it's good? Because think about infants of any or almost any species. They learn from the elders that are there. They don't learn from marketing.
That is marketing.
No. What I and this could be and I'm not saying you're wrong, Spirit. I just disagree because you could be right. You could be absolutely right. I just look at it from a different perspective because I come
And
from
maybe
marketing.
marketing has a negative connotation.
No, marketing is negative. So let me finish what I'm saying.
Well,
I come from a marketing background.
right.
Marketing is mind control. It is
No
not
question.
influencing you to do something that you absolutely should do. For example, brush and floss your teeth every day. We instill that in our children, and sometimes when we talk to them at night, and they're going, really, they're flossing. My heart does a little flutter, like, yes, that's right, floss those damn teeth. Okay.
Wow.
That's influencing, right? That's brushing your teeth and flossing is important, and so you should do it every day, even if you don't feel like it. Marketing is about trigger words that get you to do something that regardless of if you wish to do it and regardless, more importantly, of if it is actually good for you, you're going to do it. That's what marketing is.
You are.
You're
Okay,
going to do it.
I get that connotation, and I
That
get
is the
that.
background I come from. We are
Yeah,
here to make you do
right.
what we want
That's
you
why I
to
said
do.
yes,
Pull
and
a string and I'll
that's why
wink
I
at
said.
you. I'm
Excuse
your
me one second.
puppet.
Excuse me one second. That's why I
I'll do
said
funny
that.
things if you want me to, because I'm your
Your
puppet.
puppet.
Right,
Absolutely.
right. That's why I said it. See, we're using one word could be could be switched for training. You're training your children, right, to do something beneficial that you think is beneficial.
I know I don't think it. That's the whole thing. With marketing, it is because I think it. Like I told when my mentor said he made $20 million a year in marketing. He marketing dating training for men
Right.
primarily. And he said, use your powers for good and not evil. I was like, well, of course I'm going to use my powers for good. I'm going to be rich. It's going to be
Yeah,
good.
and
Very good.
if you
Okay.
go in when I first went to Jamaica, they had these things called chew sticks. It wasn't licorice. It's another thing. It makes your teeth extremely white and supposed to be very healthy for you. They weren't flossing. Floss just came along when I don't know when it came. People used to use
Yeah, that's not the point
toothpicks.
though. I'm talking about doing something
Yeah,
that
but
you
right,
absolutely need to do.
hold on 1 second. Excuse me, 1 second.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is that right and wrong, like in Genesis, it says, do not eat of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Why? Possibly because it's all made up. It's all
No.
made up. What you think is good for your child, somebody across
No.
the street may say, I would
That's
never
what
do my child
marketing is
like
there
that.
to make you think. That is
Right. I'm
absolutely
saying, but
not
that's
true
how it's
though.
being used. That's how it's being used mostly in our society is to sell for commerce, to make money, regardless of whether it's good for you or not. If somebody's marketing, eat an apple a day keeps the doctor away, that might be beneficial. But if they're saying use Colgate because you're going to get, or Ultra Bright, I don't even hear about Ultra Bright anymore, but it gives your mouth sex appeal. They're manipulating our minds. It's not going to give us sex appeal necessarily.
Right.
Nobody wants a funky breath, but it's how it's used, and the connotation that it's mostly been used in is to make money. Period.
Because that's the only purpose of it. When it is just influence of something that is good, not
But did
perceived to
you
be,
know?
not sold to you as isness,
Well,
like keeping your teeth clean, regardless of how you
okay.
do it.
On the
Okay.
floss, though, the floss
That
has actually been the
again, we're
floss.
not talking about
Been,
specifically floss or whatever. We're just coming up with an example of something that is good for you because it's good for you, not good for you because I need to sell you something. And that's the difference between marketing. For example, taking naps, very good for you. Getting to bed at a good hour, that's good influence. Okay, it's not because I just think it's good, and I'm not using sexy words. Okay, I'm not using terminology.
Right.
I'm
And
showing you the benefit. I'm showing you people who are 80 years old that have clean teeth and good all their teeth because they chew on this branch or whatever the hell you do to keep it clean. Because
right.
that doesn't need marketing, and that's just an example.
Take care of your teeth is a good thing to
That's
teach.
what I'm saying. And
It's
it's
for me, to
inherently
me,
good.
but I'm
Not
gonna
be
take
not
ownership on it. Some people don't give a damn about that.
That's fine. And that's okay. And there's gonna be those people, but it's probably not gonna be because somebody marketed to you not to brush your teeth.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Right.
We like to say marketing is used for good. I'm here from a marketing background to say I do not think so. And I
I get
might be
that.
wrong. I might
And
be wrong,
that's
but
freedom.
I'm okay with being wrong.
It's not. I don't even think it's right or wrong. It's everybody's
That's
looking
the
at
whole thing. And I'm
a
telling
perspective.
you, from my perspective,
I got
it
it.
does have right and wrong.
Right. I got it.
did you know that whenever you floss, it actually breaks the
Yeah, that's what
periodontal
they say, but
ligament?
how I'm gonna keep this shit out of my teeth?
Rinse it out.
Nah.
That's
Nah.
Stupid.
Perhaps, but it's still gonna do the same thing floss do.
Yeah.
and
It's gonna
then
break it.
I get these little plastic things
You
to
see,
floss in the
that's the
middle.
problem. We got little plastic
Ball
things.
picks.
And now
We
them
got little
plastic
plastic
things
things.
going in the ocean and
Yeah,
sticking
exactly.
fish and
You
stuff
see
like
what I'm
that. So,
saying? We're
but
fucked.
the regular wax floss is doing the same
We
thing.
shouldn't even talk. We shouldn't even be talking about this because again, that's not the point. The point is keeping your mouth healthy, right? Is
It's a good thing.
important. And you should do it even if you don't feel like it. You should do it even if it's not sexy. You should do it even if somebody's not saying take ultra bright and blah blah blah. That's my point.
I get you. I get you.
Okay? Like I said, taking naps, getting to bed at a good time, moving your body around, walking, Those things, again, you shouldn't have to be marketed to. Those things are just good things to do. If you choose to do it or not, that's, again, totally up to you. But it's not something that requires marketing. You might need an example how to do it correctly, but it's things that you should be doing whether you feel like it or not, whether it's fun or not. It is just a necessity. Just like cooking. In my opinion, at least knowing how to hunt and gather your food, even if you don't like growing it. I had one of my colleagues in marketing tell me, "Well, you just like growing food." Nah, bitch, I like to eat. Do you know the eating part? I like to eat. All right.
So I wonder what they did for thousands of years before they came up with floss and toothbrushes. Probably ate an
They chewed
apple
on
and
that branch you talked about. They chewed
yeah,
on that branch you talked about.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. And of course, they lost their teeth when they didn't know how to chew which branch to chew on.
Yeah, and
They
somebody
did lose their teeth,
discovered that. Hey, look at this.
losing teeth was a regular thing, and that's how the taxidermy in your mouth came around. They're trying to move that documentary, by the way. They're trying to move that documentary, Root Cause, that shows you how the ailments that people suffer in their body is related to
Yeah, they're removing
allowing.
it from Netflix. It's I saw it a few days ago that they're
The
actually planning on
oldest,
taking it down. Yeah.
the
Okay,
oldest
and that
continuous
happened.
oral.
Let me finish, Jake. That happened because stupid people who wanted to appear to be more wealthy than they are, and realizing that not having teeth makes you appear to be poor. I'll be grinning with all of y'all with missing teeth. Let me just tell you. Thank you, fella. I'm in here like, all of
Like
y'all.
teeth like these.
Okay, they don't want to look poor, so they said it's okay to do taxidermy in their mouth, and then that's when we started developing other ailments in the body connected to organs failure and all types of crazy shit, because the people went and demanded the professionals taxidermy in my mouth. The professionals are like, that's not healthy, right? I don't care. I don't want to look poor. Put some fake shit in there.
Mm-hmm. George Washington.
We
Didn't he have wood teeth?
that's just we don't even know if that's real. That's the type of shit they psychologically fuck us with. Imagine that's the shit we remember from school. That's the nonsense. What else y'all remember from that same grade? What else? Tell me something. Tell me
He did
another
he could not
actual
tell a lie.
useful
Around the
fact.
world is
He could not tell a lie.
Chopping down a tree or some shit.
That also is irrelevant to anything,
Right.
in
That's what
a
they
test
want.
in
We
school.
to
That's just
remember
another
irrelevant
thing of
shit.
useless information, another example.
Yeah.
Mythology.
Yep.
Spend 8 hours learning stuff that really won't help you.
That's the problem. Sitting at
how
a
about
desk.
this new math?
Capitalism usually and depends on cloaking exploitation in the guise of choice. So exploitation is having to get a job, period. Not the fact that you get to apply at McDonald's or apply at a construction company. That's not it. You have to be forced to work even if you wish not, even if you cannot, even if you're better staying your ass home. We value things like making jobs. People are arguing the government needs to pass this legislation to make more jobs. Y'all ever hear that argument? Making more. The government is responsible for making more jobs. Y'all ever hear they be trying to argue back and forth about that?
Yep.
Yep.
And nobody ever thinks to themselves, why the hell are you making jobs?
Marketing.
Because I'm an awesome servile artist. Let me stop.
Thank you for your service.
Now you being thanked for your service.
Thank you for your service, Hassan.
I graduated summa cum laude in servile artistry.
Oh
How
my
dare you
God.
not respect my masters and bachelors in servile arts? How dare you?
You watch your mouth on my bachelor's in science.
Hey, this is going out on the internet. Be careful.
I still got them student loans aside.
That's the whole purpose. Hey, I'm just saying. You mean you still got those servile artistry loans? I'm just saying.
Y'all can all thank Sunny. I got pregnant. Was like, peace out, bitches.
You ain't
Way to
discharged
go,
that
Sonny.
shit
Thank you for your
2.0.
service.
Thank you, Adam, Malika, and Sonny. Right? That's how it all got started.
I got pregnant. Was like, I'm never going to work.
Y'all are
Oh,
hilarious.
I'm a hardworking American. I'm a hardworking American. I did not have
I'm
sexual
gonna stay
relations with
home and be
that
your
woman.
mama.
Word.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Right. And I don't know who Epstein is. Right?
Wowzers.
Never met him a day in my life. He was at my daughter's wedding, but y'all don't worry about that.
Oh, y'all mean this guy in this picture I got my arm around? That's Photoshop.
I seen him a couple times. I didn't know who it was.
Wow.
He came to the White House 17 times, but
you were only the other end in the Chinese finger lock of that 12-year-old. Oh, who said that?
Yeah,
Who
the
said
cute
that?
lady with him. I don't know who she was. She was cute.
And then y'all saw his face when he was seeing the pictures of the victims sitting next to his lawyer.
And then they asked him, "You like young girls, don't you?" He said,
They want to put you inside of
yeah.
Epstein's mind. Can you be inside of
Yeah.
Epstein's mind?
Look at
That's
my
what his lawyer said. Then when they showed him the pictures, he was so entertained. And his attorney noticed his face and grabbed the stuff. He grabbed that shit back out of her hand. Like, let me look at that again. Oh, yeah, that was a fun time, man. This is who y'all paying y'all mortgage to.
Thank you for your service.
This is who y'all paying y'all mortgage to and then afraid to challenge it. Afraid to challenge it. Just want you guys to remember to know, even though it wasn't. I know you guys didn't know before. When we first got together with Thaddeus and his family, they had just caught up with about $35,000 of mortgage payments.
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all hear me? Y'all heard how much?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
$35K in back payments they just did. Because whatever the process was that the other scammer, Temeka, was telling them, it didn't help them. It didn't stop the servicer from sending the bills. And
Stamp
that's why they
endorsed sin.
paid that $35K. What was that, King Howard? Stamp
endorsed sin.
Oh Lord. No, they actually paid $35K because that shit ain't work, okay? You're gonna have to find out from him exactly which non-working process it was. But they paid that so they could start fresh. And what we did was follow what is already in the workshop. It's already in the workshop right now. Somebody just posted the link here in Zoom, and I'm sure somebody is going to post the link right here on TikTok so that you can enroll using the 20OFF if you wish. 20OFF coupon code for 20% off of the class. It's already in there. And on Saturday, we're going to be talking about and drafting rescissions. We're going to be talking about and drafting rescissions. You're going to want to be in there, guys. It's going to be awesome. So, and we're over time. So we're going to cut it right here, guys. It's been a pleasure. As usual, I hope you guys also got value out of this call. And if you did, go ahead and invite somebody for next week.
And in support of our sister and lawful living, I will be posting a video on silent lay assistance in about an hour or so. All right.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I'll make sure going to the telegrams and all that too.
Are you sending out emails about Saturday?
Yes, emails are going to be going out, especially if you're already in.
One has already been sent by Adam.
At least one has been sent, if not more.
Yeah.
But it's mainly the people who have already gotten the email are those that are enrolled in the class. So if you're enrolled in the class, either because you're an all access member or you just enrolled in the class from last year, then you will be getting the emails. So this is your announcement to enroll in the class. If you haven't already gotten the emails, it means you're not enrolled in the class. So, hey, bro. All right, peace, y'all.
Peace.
Appreciate each and every one of you.
Peace.